On the day I graduated from college, the campus belle gave me 4 million yuan and asked me to be her contract husband for 3 years. But over these 3 years, I ended up forgetting all about our agreement. Today, half asleep and half awake, I climbed into her bed, only for her to kick me right off. "Bastard, don't touch me!" Just like that, suffering both physically and mentally. I lived through 2,000 days and nights. Today I can't take it anymore. Xiaonuan. Let's get a divorce. The originally pleasant breakfast atmosphere dropped to freezing point instantly because of my words. Are you sure about this? If you're the one filing for divorce, you have to compensate me 4 million yuan. If you can't pay me the 4 million, I'll send you back to prison. Xiaonan said in a slightly threatening tone. She doesn't want a divorce right now. 3 years have made her get used to having a guy named Shuyi by her side. I nodded with a smile. Let's get divorced. It'll be worse if we wait till he comes back. For the past 3 years, thank you for taking care of me. The 4 million I owe you. I'll figure out a way to pay you back within a year. Are you free today? Let's go handle the divorce paperwork this afternoon. Xiaonan's pride wouldn't let her give me another chance. Besides, no need to wait. The Civil Affairs Bureau had only been open 10 minutes that afternoon. When we walked out of there, Xiaonan didn't even spare me a glance and drove off, left standing outside the door. All I had in my eyes was bitterness. She hadn't even driven 200 meters when a phone call made Xiaonuan pull over. As soon as the call connected, a familiar yet strange voice came from the other end. Xiaonuan, why did he answer my call last night? I was super happy, wanting to tell you I'm coming back to China soon. But after I finished talking, it was him who said he got the message. Wait, don't tell me you two already slept together? Get your dirty thoughts out of your head right now. I left my phone on the first floor last night. Anything else? I'm busy. After hearing another woman's voice on the call, Xiaonuan hung up immediately. She suddenly thought she must have been totally out of her mind back then to ever like such a playboy. Fresh off the divorce and disgusted by Du Ziteng's nonsense, Xiaonan had no interest in going to work at all. Vice President Wen, who never skipped work for no reason, amazingly skipped work that day. She drove back to the Wen family residence. Wennuan pushed the door open and walked straight into the bedroom. Chen Nuangqiu, who was still in bed at this hour, tilted her head and looked at her precious daughter, only to get pulled into a hug by her. Mom. Zhu Yi and I got divorced. It was 11 o'clock at the Wen family's house. Xiaonuan was forced to sit on the sofa, facing interrogation from her parents. Old Wen is usually a doting father, but he didn't take his daughter's side today and let his precious daughter get lectured. Xiaonan, you are so ungrateful. You've always bullied Zhu Yi. We let that slide before. But how could you get a divorce? Over the past few years, your career has been so smooth sailing. Who do you think helped you behind the scenes? All those work tasks of yours. Which one didn't Zhu Yi finish for you in the middle of the night? He takes care of all your daily needs at home. It's such a waste of Zhu Yi's talents. He makes you breakfast and dinner every single day, runs your bathwater for you. He even washes your underwear for you. And don't you remember who told me not long ago? It's so nice to have a man at home. And now you tell me you got divorced? That Saint Zhu Yi must have had the worst luck in his past lives to end up with a messed up kid like you. Xiaonuan's face burned with embarrassment from being yelled at. She puffed out her chest and retorted, Am I your daughter? Or is Zhu Yi? Let me tell you. Zhu Yi is the one who asked for the divorce. Your daughter got dumped, okay? Old Wen next to her blew up immediately after hearing that. He grumbled and took out his phone to question that kid. Wen Shu's precious daughter is way too good for that little brat. Unfortunately, before he could make the call, Chen Nuangqiu snapped at him to stop. You have the nerve to call and question Zhu Yi? Aren't you scared Zhu Yi will say that Xiaonuan has another man in her heart? Isn't he just waiting for that little Du family brat to come back? Do you think I don't know? Or Zhu Yi doesn't know? Xiaonuan, listen to me. If you dare to get together with that Du family brat, I'll take back all the shares you hold immediately. We'll see when that Du family brat kicks you to the curb later. The shares belong to my dad. Ask your dad if he dares give them to you. Old Wen want to practice military boxing. Chen Nuangqiu shot Wen Shu a glare. This time he sided with his wife. Then he frowned and said softly to Xiaonuan, I feel the same as your mom. We won't approve of you dating Du Ziteng. Xiaonuan lifted her head. She glared at her parents furiously. She ground her teeth and raged. It's Xu Yi who dumped your daughter now, not the other way around. Du Ziteng called me last night, said he's coming back to the country. He'll marry me right after he's back. Xu Yi answered that call. He filed for divorce this morning. What do you expect me to do? If you think Xu Yi is so great, go find him yourselves. Faced with Xiaonuan's rebellion, Chen Nuangqiu clearly didn't care at all. She looked at her daughter with a mocking gaze. You think your silly little tricks can fool your own mom? Du Ziteng is coming back, right? Starting tomorrow. I'll sell your apartment at half price. Since you're divorced now, move back home. If you dare come home after 9 p.m., I'll break your legs. You can date whoever you want in the future, except Du Ziteng. I'm making myself clear today. You're not going anywhere today either. I'm going to talk to Xu Yi right now and ask why he wants a divorce. Xiaonuan, you better hope Xu Yi doesn't tell me the truth. With that, Chen Nuangqiu stood up. She shot old Wen a threatening look. If he dares let Wen Nuan leave the house, he'll regret it for the rest of his life. Chen Nuangqiu, a former army member, always speaks bluntly. She never tries to persuade Xiaonuan with soft, gentle words. That's old Wen's role in the family. If she isn't tough enough, no one will be able to control this girl. Chen Nuangqiu went to her room and took out the property deed. She glared at Xiaonuan. If you don't want your second uncle to send troops to arrest you, stay home and behave yourself. I'm going to sell the apartment today. Then talk to Xu Yi. Do whatever you want. I must be a kid you picked up from the street. Go dote on your precious son Xu Yi then. Chen Nuangqiu ignored Wen Nuan, opened the door and stormed out. Right now, I'm wandering on the street with no idea where to go. Suddenly, my phone rings in my hand. I see mother-in-law displayed on the screen. Sweat immediately starts dripping down my forehead. I shakily answer the phone and say, hello? Hello, you little brat. You think I'm too nice to you, huh? Say hello one more time and see what happens. I'll call the army right now and have you shot. Mom, I'm sorry, I was wrong. That's a good boy. You haven't eaten lunch yet, right? I'm waiting for you at Bakes in Kylie. I need to ask you about your divorce with Xiaonuan. I'm only giving you 10 minutes. If you dare not show up, I know if I don't come, you'll send the army to arrest me. I'll be there in 10 minutes, I promise. It's super hot at noon in summer. I can't catch a cab, so I run all the way. When I walk into the private room, my mother-in-law is just taking out her phone. Looks like she's about to make a call. Chen Nuangqiu looks at me, who's out of breath, and nods slightly. Not bad. You still respect me as your mother-in-law even after the divorce. Tell me why you divorced Wen Nuan. Think carefully before you answer, or I'll really kill you. Having no choice, I lie that I have health issues down there, that I'm infertile. Let's go to the hospital. I'll call Xiaonuan right now. Ask her to come with us. I have absolutely no way to deal with my mother-in-law. There's no way I can go to the hospital. If she finds out I'm lying, I'll definitely be a dead man. I sigh and sit down on the chair. I say in a low voice, my marriage to Xiaonuan was just a deal. Back when I was in trouble, my mom needed 400,000 yuan for surgery. I had no other options, so I begged Xiaonuan to help me. We got married because she had something on me. I helped her deal with you two. Now the contract has expired. I can't delay her any longer. Xiaonuan had no say in this. Trying to trick my mother-in-law will only make things worse for me. I had to come clean, honestly. But when I was explaining everything, I took all the blame on myself. But my mother-in-law's focus didn't seem to be on our arranged marriage. Instead, she frowned and asked, huh? Am I that old? No. You're not old at all. I forgot to say mom just now. You're not old at all, mom. Heh. People always say you and Xiaonuan look like sisters when you go out. Chen Nuangqiu was satisfied. Then she spoke up. This arranged marriage, I can take it that you two were dating for these 3 years. Xiaonan does have a lot of flaws. She's obviously super messy, yet she keeps claiming she's a clean freak. She has 0 life skills. Other than good education and good looks, she has no other strong points. Do you mean you don't like Xiaonuan at all? After all these years, even if you had a dog by your side, you'd have feelings for it, right? I don't mean you're the dog. I'm talking about Xiaonuan. This tough mother-in-law of mine made me sweat non-stop on my forehead. I wiped my sweat and said in a low voice, you know my background. If people didn't have something on me, in my whole life, A girl like Xiaonuan would never even talk to me. Relationships need two people from matching backgrounds, right? Even if I like Xiaonuan, it's useless. She likes someone else. That little punk from the Du family. Du Ziteng. He's only after the shares of Changxiang Group that Xiaonuan holds, right? Only an idiot like Xiaonuan would think her brother Ziteng actually likes her. You didn't even tell me you wanted a divorce. What do we do now? Du Ziteng is coming back. That idiot Xiaonuan is gonna throw herself into the fire like a moth. Are we really gonna give all of Old Wen's life's work to the Du family? I really regret not having a son back then. I really didn't dare respond to that. I couldn't nod, and I couldn't shake my head either. But luckily Chen Nuangqiu didn't make things too hard for me. She took 100,000 yuan out of her bag and threw it to me. So you got a divorce, big deal. I, Chen Nuangqiu, am not that old-fashioned. You've called me mom for 3 years. Even if you're not my son-in-law now, you're still half my son. Shaona is petty. If you have even 10,000 yuan on you right now, I'll have lived my life for nothing. Take this money for now. Don't even think about leaving this city. If Old Wen and I run into trouble later, I'll still need you to come help. If you dare refuse, I'll get someone from the army to chop your balls off. No, I won't refuse, I won't. When you take someone's money, you're in their debt. And this isn't a small amount of money. I really didn't dare not take it. I've known how tough my mother-in-law is, for way longer than just a day or two. When we were eating, Chen Nuangqiu suddenly spoke up. Wondan has been at Changxiang Group, and she's earned everyone's respect now. I nodded as I shoveled rice into my mouth. Chen Nuangqiu liked me more and more as her son-in-law. You're handsome. You're a perfect match for Wen Nuan. And you're super talented too. She squinted at me and smiled and asked, "Want to go back to Changxiang Group?" I can ask Old Wen to give you the position of Planning Department Director. I shook my head with a bitter smile. Mom, stop messing with me. If I go back to Changxiang, Wen Nuan will think I'm still chasing her. We're divorced. We should keep some distance. Besides, the regular staff at Changxiang don't know about my relationship with Xiaonuan, but the upper management has met me before. Also, that guy is coming back. I'm Wen Nuan's ex-husband after all. Seeing my ex-wife with another man would make me uncomfortable anyway. So please just spare my miserable life, okay? Chen Nuangqiu looked obviously disappointed. She sighed softly. You save all that pride in your bones for people like us, and you don't give any of it to that little dummy Xiaonuan. She's still silly enough to think all your skills were taught by her. If you're so set on this, I won't force you. But even after you divorced Xiaonuan, don't rush to get married again. If you meet a girl you like, tell me. If being nice doesn't work, we throw money at her. I won't date anyone anytime soon. I'll sort out the current troubles first, then buy a house in this city. Then I'll think about dating. Mom, you should go play mahjong now. This is already Aunt Zhao's 4th call. Chen Nuangqiu's phone rang right as they were talking. Chen Nuangqiu answered the call. She started yelling immediately, "Stop rushing me! Are you that desperate? I'm having dinner with my son-in-law. Why are you all bugging me non-stop? Wait for me, I'm gonna win all your money later. Is Xiao Yi next to you? Bring him over together. Let sister give him some proper love." Haha, Xiao Yi's cooking is absolutely amazing. Pfft, shame on you. Don't flirt with my son-in-law. There are tons of single guys out there for you. Shu Yi, Aunt Zhao is asking if you want to come. No, I can't. Aunt Zhao, I've got things to do this afternoon. I need to buy groceries for Xiaonuan. The second I said that, I froze on the spot. Turns out habits really do form without you noticing. The lady on the other end of the phone gritted her teeth and huffed. Chen Nuangqiu, get over here so I can kill you. My tough mother-in-law left soon after. She drove a very low-key Audi A6. Back on the street again, I had a bitter look on my face. Then I clenched my fists tight. A brand new life is about to start. I'm pretty optimistic. First I went to buy cigarettes. After buying a pack, I headed to the real estate agency to look for an apartment. I finally picked one that was a bit over my budget. It's a penthouse duplex. A 4 million RMB debt can't be paid off just by pinching pennies. If I want to pay off this debt, saving money alone is nowhere near enough. Meanwhile, Xiaonuan was already on the verge of breaking down. The apartment was sold. Her mom told her casually like it was no big deal. I lost the apartment to him playing mahjong. If you have a problem with Aunt Zhao, go take it up with the Zhao family. For this woman who forced her ever since she was little to call her sister instead of aunt, Wennan had always kept her at arm's length. This disrespectful older lady would chase her around asking, "How's my stamina?" This made Wen Nuan, who had no romantic experience, completely at a loss for how to respond. When it comes to this kind of stuff, Wennan was as innocent as a blank sheet of paper. Right now, Wen Nuan was sitting on the edge of the bed zoning out. Did she actually like Du Ziteng, or had she just treated him as an emotional crutch? He had been abroad for many years already. Time had actually already faded all those feelings away. When we first got married, we'd stay up till midnight talking on overseas calls. As time went by, those late-night calls shrank down to just 1 hour. Later on, she'd hang up as soon as I called her for dinner. I'd also wake up super early during those painful days she had every month, way before sunrise, to cook a bowl of fish head tofu soup, or sometimes pork rib soup. I'd also make her ginger and goji berry water in a thermos, and tell her to bring it to work. Xiaonan was confused for a second. Du Ziteng's face in her mind got blurrier and blurrier, but my face got clearer and clearer instead. Wennan couldn't stand this thought at all. He's the one I dumped, right? She refused to let herself, under these circumstances, still be thinking about this man, feeling like she was about to break down. Xiaonan grabbed her keys and phone and rushed out of the house. Inside the bar, Xiaonuan stared at the unfamiliar surroundings. She had summoned up all her courage to walk into this place she'd never been to, and had always hated the thought of, but she needed to let off steam. The more Xiaonuan drank, the angrier she got. How could she be so useless as to think of that guy Zhu Yi? So what if he's a good cook, cleans the house really well, does laundry perfectly, is pretty smart, and kinda handsome? What other good qualities does he even have? And the worst part is, that bastard dared to ask for a divorce first. He dumped me, Wen Nuan. The very drunk Xiaonuan didn't notice. Du Ziteng wasn't even in her mind at all. Alcohol doesn't make people drunk. People get drunk on their own emotions. Hey there, beautiful. Can I get a chance to buy you a drink? Let me treat you to a drink. She'd lost count of how many guys had come up to hit on her. Xiaonan just wanted to drink alone in peace. She glanced over at the man, who looked around 41 years old, and was covered in designer brands. Xiaonan frowned and asked, "I make a 6-figure annual salary. I own a watch worth over 1 million RMB. I have relatives in high-ranking government positions. Why would I need you to buy me a drink?" The middle-aged man smiled, turned around and left. From her tone, he could tell she wasn't actually asking him a question. She was telling him she already had everything he could possibly offer. Just as Xiaonan was getting up to leave, another young guy came over to hit on her. "Do me a favor, yeah? All my friends are watching over there. Come have a drink with us. It's so boring drinking alone." "Hehe, your legs are so pretty, sister. You don't mind if I touch them, right?" "Get lost!" Wen Nuan raised the glass in her hand, splashed right in the face of that young punk. The middle-aged guy who was about to leave in the distance turned right back and sat down not far away. Looked like he was waiting for a chance to play the hero saving the beauty. The totally humiliated punk dropped all pretense, gnashed his teeth and called her a bitch, and raised his hand to hit her. But his hand never came down. Someone grabbed his wrist. A chubby guy showed up next to the punk. "Shen Jing, you tried to start a fight here. You want to get carried out? Not everyone here is someone you can mess with." "Got it?" Shen Jing's friends in the distance noticed something was off over here. All stood up and walked over, but the chubby guy didn't even spare them a glance. He grabbed Shen Jing's arm, tossed him aside, then smiled softly at Xiaonuan and said, "Sis, what are you doing here alone?" Xiaonan was already totally drunk at this point. She stared at the chubby guy in front of her with blank eyes, tilted her head and asked curiously, "Shu Yi's little brother." "Swan brother, actually. My last name's Sun, just call me Fu Bao. My uncle's sister co-owns this bar with other people. I hang out here all the time." "Sis, you drove here? It's so late already. It's not safe. Wouldn't be good if these assholes play dirty. I already called Brother Yi just now. He should be here any minute now." "Zhu Yi's coming?" Xiaonan didn't know why she felt flustered all of a sudden. She stumbled and tried to leave the bar. Why is it that the more I don't want to see this guy, the more I can't get rid of him? When Xiaonan tried to leave, Shenjin's guys definitely wouldn't let her go, yelling that they owed them an explanation. Sun Fubao frowned, grabbed a chair, pointed at the troublemakers, and cursed, "Don't push your luck, all of you. You really think I won't beat the crap out of you? Huazai, go upstairs and tell them to stop messing around." Some people are causing trouble here. My sis-in-law's family got connections with the higher-ups. Don't even think about causing trouble here. You cheapskates who split bills here can't afford the consequences. The group realized they messed with the wrong person. They got pretty scared and left with their tails between their legs. The middle-aged guy in the distance saw there was no chance to play hero, felt a bit disappointed. But he didn't leave right away. He wanted to see who this pretty lady's man was. As Xiaonan stumbled along, just about to walk out of the bar, she bumped right into someone walking in. The person lifted her up in a princess carry and held her in his arms. Sun Fubao grinned, turned around and left the bar. The onlookers also figured out that her man had arrived. You drove here after drinking? Were you gonna drive back if Fubao didn't spot you? And you even came to a place like this? If Fubao wasn't here today, have you thought about what would have happened to you? Covering your face is useless. Xiaonan, who I was holding in a princess carry, covered her face with both hands, not wanting me to see her face. I didn't bother scolding her anymore, turned around to leave the bar. But right after we stepped out of the bar, the wind hit Xiaonuan and she threw up all over me. I almost lost my mind right then and there. I gritted my teeth and snapped, I should send you to Mom right now. So she knows right after we got divorced, you came to a bar to get drunk. Give me the car keys. Xiaonan looked at me dazedly, struggled and yelled, She's my mom, not yours. Fine, I'll send you to your mom's house then. I don't have the key to her house. Xiaonan, did you not plan to go home at all? I was really getting angry. Xiaonan huddled in my arms, like a kid who did something wrong. Not long after, I heard the sound of sobbing. Shuyi, I don't have a home anymore. My mom sold my apartment. I had no choice. So I took her back to the apartment I just rented. I slept on the couch all night and woke up sore all over. What hurt more was that my brand new bedding was taken over by someone else. I was woken up by a phone ringing. It wasn't even dawn yet. Xiaonan's phone kept ringing non-stop. I half asleep grabbed the phone and answered it. On the other end of the line, Chen Nuanqiu's deafening roar came right through, along with some very warm greetings. Wait till you get home, you little brat. I'll skin you alive! I just told you you're not allowed to stay out all night. And you break the rule the very first day. After Chen Nuanqiu finished yelling, I said quietly, Mom, this is Shu Yi. Xiao Nuan is with me. The call got hung up right away. I stared at my phone in total confusion. Just then a text message popped up. Old Wen and I are going on a trip. Let Xiao Nuan stay at your place. I won't worry about her at all. If you dare call me again, I'll beat you up with military boxing. I stared at my phone, still confused. Does my mother-in-law not worry about Xiao Nuan at all? Well, there's actually nothing to worry about. We've lived together for 3 years after all. While I was still lost in thought, Xiao Nuan crept up behind me quietly. Checking my phone? You never checked my phone when we were still married. You never even asked when I called Duteng. Why start checking my phone after the divorce? Want me to help you with that? I turned to look at Xiao Nuan, who hadn't even washed her face. I closed my eyes and took a deep breath. Xiao Nuan, if you dare drink alcohol again, I will definitely tell Mom about it. I'm hungry. Xiao Nuan deliberately avoided the drinking topic. She took the phone from my hand. She opened the phone's blacklist right in front of me. Stomach ache's number was clearly inside. Then she tossed the phone onto the sofa. She hopped up and skipped to the bathroom to wash up. Looking at Xiao Nuan's back, I had a really weird feeling. We got divorced less than a day ago, and now we're going to live together again. Listening to her humming in the bathroom, I stood up and walked to the kitchen. While I was making breakfast, I relayed my mother-in-law's message. Mom and Old Wen went on a trip. She said she took the house keys with her. Mom told you to stay at my place. I don't mind at all. It's not like we haven't lived together before. Hurry up, Shu Yi. I have to go to work today. Listening to her shameless words, I almost charged to the bathroom with a frying pan to fight her. What the hell is even this? We're already divorced. The contract is already broken. I'm still 4 million yuan in debt, and now we're living together again. My inner voice told me to fight back. I took a deep breath. Hurry up and wash up first. I need to wash up and head out too. I have a new job interview today. Right after I spoke, Xiaonuan poked half her head out of the bathroom. She asked confusedly, Shu Yi, you washed my clothes clean when you came back last night? Why don't you skip going to work? Just be my full-time nanny. I don't want to watch my ex-wife flirt with her old flame. Even if we had a contract marriage, I still have some masculine pride, okay? Old flame? You mean stomachache? Shu Yi, you're jealous, aren't you? Shu Yi, do you like me? I stayed silent. Xiaonuan kept pressing me for answers. Helpless, I carried the breakfast and left the kitchen. Shu Yi, just say you're jealous. And I won't choose stomachache. Okay, I'm jealous. But you need to eat breakfast now, got it? Also, there's one more unlucky thing for me, which is I have to take care of your daily life again. That's your honor, duh. Shu Yi, you have no idea. So many people hit on me at the bar last night. Neither of us noticed. One super important thing, after the divorce, the way we got along changed. I didn't treat Xiaonuan super respectfully anymore, and Xiaonuan didn't treat me like a nanny anymore either. She was scared I'd press her about the bar incident. And when she heard me say I was jealous, she was in a really good mood. All her bad mood vanished instantly. She didn't mind staying here at all. Meanwhile, I was screaming inside my head, I'm way more screwed than the unluckiest guy alive. But I still have to pay back the 4 million yuan debt. While we were eating, I got a reply from Glory Group. They said I could come to the company for a talk today if I'm free. Then I headed out all the way and arrived at Glory Group's headquarters. Just as I was about to stride forward to meet the new challenge, a bright red Ford Raptor brushed past my nose and zoomed right in front of me. All my original confidence vanished instantly from fear. When I came back to my senses, Mingjin had already stopped far away. A woman got out of the car. She was wearing a black tight hip skirt and a pair of 7 or 8 centimeter high heels. This woman had a super hot figure and was dressed quite daringly. But in my eyes, this woman was the culprit who almost killed me. Before I could go up to argue with her, the hot woman trotted all the way and disappeared into the Glory Group building. I stroked my chin, muttering to myself in my head, this woman doesn't look like a good person at all. In the interview office of Glory Group's HR department, I'm sitting on a chair. Opposite me are 3 interviewers, 2 men and 1 woman. This feeling reminds me of the scene of being interrogated at the police station. The female interviewer sitting in the middle spoke first. Introduce yourself first. My last name is Zhao. I'm the HR manager. I'll ask you some questions to learn about you. These 2 will evaluate your answers and past experience to decide if we can partner with you. At Glory Group, all employees have a partnership with the company. There is no employment relationship here. Besides, compared with other groups, Glory Group is a bit more people-oriented. Now let me introduce the company's rules to you first. You can decide if you want to continue the interview. Manager Zhao had a very gentle expression. There was no condescending tone in her words. That made me feel really comfortable. After learning about the company's rules, I said I could accept the company's rules. Manager Zhao smiled with her eyes squinted. Compared with Changshang Group, we at Glory treat our employees much more humanely. Coming to work isn't selling yourself into a contract of slavery. Now I'm going to ask you questions. While you are satisfied with us, we also need to be satisfied with you. First, introduce yourself, please. I smiled back and said softly, Joyi, Ham ethnicity. 25 years old, divorced. 3 years of working experience in the planning department of Changshang Group. I've planned some small projects. I also participated in a planning project for Glory Group. I only studied up to my first year of college. There was an accident at home, so I dropped out of school. May I ask the reason for your divorce if you don't mind? There's a huge gap between my ex-wife's family background and mine. I didn't want to hold her back. If now, we ask you to make a plan against military world, which aspect will you start from? I don't think it's necessary to target military world. It's just a brand that takes the low-end route. Most of its main customers are middle-aged and elderly people. Military world is just a way to save Changjiang department store. It's their only option for transformation. Glory department store mainly relies on gold stores and luxury counters to make profits. There's no need to copy a brand like Military World. It's totally unnecessary, and the result won't be good anyway. Last question. Why did you leave Changshang Group? Is living too far away a valid reason? Okay, we will give you a reply by tomorrow night at the latest. Looking forward to working with you, Mr. Shu. I was still in a confused state when I walked out of the room. When I had one foot out the door, I suddenly turned back to ask a question. Is that Raptor downstairs your company's car? As soon as this question was asked, all three interviewers looked a little awkward. Manager Zhao stood up. She said awkwardly, "Are you hurt, Mr. Xu? This car does belong to the company. I see what happened. When I see the owner of the car, I will definitely slap her twice. Don't think I'm being rude. She was wearing 8-centimeter high heels and almost knocked me flying." I left, leaving the three interviewers looking at each other, wondering if they should record that last sentence. It's not the first time that lady of ours has driven in high heels, and everyone in the company knows that never cross the square around 9 o'clock. Never wander around carelessly. You must take the pedestrian walkway. Manager Zhao sighed and said, "I think he's good. We can keep him for a trial first. Anyway, the company has a 1-month probation period. It will also be written in the contract. We can dismiss him without reason within a month. As for the thing that he almost got hit, just take it as a welcome gift from Our Lady." After all of us have experienced that. This has become a tradition of Glory Group. I was still scared when I was waiting for the elevator, and I wondered if this was retribution for getting divorced. I just got divorced. Then I got messed with by Chen Nuan-Q. Then Xiaonuan came back again. I almost got hit by a car this morning, and the interview didn't go very well. The elevator door opened. I took one step out with all those weird thoughts in my head when I felt something soft on my chest. Before I could see what was in front of me, my lower abdomen ached sharply. I got punched. Then a sharp, angry curse came to my ears. "Are you blind when you walk? You're taking advantage of me, pervert. Do you want to die?" Before she finished speaking, my hair was grabbed by someone. I got punched and my hair was grabbed. I was furious. I reached out and grabbed the woman's hair too. The woman let out a scream. She stepped hard on my foot with her high heel. Then I howled in pain. This time I could see clearly. The person in front of me, she's the woman who almost ran me over just now. "Tell me which department you're from. I'm gonna fire your ass right now. Let go of me right now." As she spoke, the woman squeezed even harder. I don't consider myself a gentleman, so I didn't hold back either. I gritted my teeth and snarled, "I don't work for your damn company. You almost hit me downstairs earlier. I was just wondering where I could find you." The commotion drew a crowd of onlookers. The three staff in charge of interviews also hurried over. They knew those two voices all too well. When Manager Zhao from HR saw the scene in front of him, he was instantly dumbfounded. "Shu Yi, let go right now. President Liu, you let go too." "Stop it. All the employees are watching." "Shu Yi, you let go first. President Liu is a lady, for crying out loud." "President Liu?" I frowned and loosened my grip. But this woman didn't let go at all. She actually opened her mouth and tried to bite my neck. Manager Zhao saw this and hurriedly tried to intervene and persuade them. He finally talked President Liu into letting go after much persuasion. At this point, we were both disheveled, glaring at each other angrily. Liu Ruyan bent down to take off her shoe to throw at me. Manager Zhao quickly held President Liu tight to calm her down. Then he signaled for me to leave first. He said he'd call later to apologize on President Liu's behalf. I snorted and walked into the elevator. "What bad luck." Liu Ruyan straightened her hair and said softly to Manager Zhao, "Do you know this guy?" Manager Zhao helped her straighten her short skirt and replied quietly, "President Liu. He came for an interview today. You almost hit him downstairs earlier." "I know. I get annoyed whenever I see a hot guy. Can look but can't have them, right? Why wouldn't I run them over? Tell that interviewee to come to work tomorrow." He pulled my hair and even took advantage of me. "Just wait till I mess with you." With that, Liu Ruyan turned and left. As she left, she lifted her skirt and tugged at the safety shorts she was wearing underneath. Everyone there was furious but didn't dare say a word. This company is great in every way, except this general manager gives everyone the creeps. Right after I left the company, I got a text saying I got the job. It said I can start work the day after tomorrow, which is Monday. All the paperwork can be picked up at the front desk. But I couldn't shake the feeling that I was walking into a lion's den. I can't turn this offer down. Getting into Glory Group is the first step of my plan, and also the most important step. Only here can I get the chance to show off my skills. The 3 years I lived with Xiaonuan shattered all my nice fantasies about women. How come a woman living alone can have such a messy room? Thinking of Xiaonuan, I called my mother-in-law to ask when the old couple would be back. The call connected. "Hello? Auntie, your mom is playing mahjong right now. We're in Sanya." Listening to the sound of the mahjong table over the phone, I could feel my blood pressure rising. What a lame excuse. The old couple just don't want Xiaonuan to come back and disturb their couple time. But I really don't dare send Xiaonuan back there. I have to save face for old Wen and my mother-in-law. And save face for Xiaonuan too. After all, I'm the one who asked for the divorce. Thinking of Xiaonuan again, I felt like my life had gotten even more depressing. Who would have thought? The vice president of Changxiang Group, who everyone says is a neat freak, is no different from a pig at home. This rich young lady taught me what it means to never lift a finger to do housework. It's too painful to even talk about. In a luxurious villa, Chen Wangqiu had already gotten up from the mahjong table. She left to scold old Wen for spilling the beans. Old Wen, dressed in casual clothes, frowned, looking miserable. As he looked at the wife who had bossed him around for years, he sighed and said, "Do you really think we're doing the right thing here? What if something goes wrong?" Chen Wangqiu peeled an orange and handed it to old Wen. She frowned and said, "There's a lot going on between these two kids. A lot of complicated stuff. I've already found out what's going on for the most part. And that little ingrate has called us, right? Did she ever say she wanted to come home? She's long gotten used to being taken care of by Shu Yi. So stop worrying so much. We've known Shu Yi for 3 years now. You know what kind of person he is, don't you? Between us, Shu Yi smokes. But he didn't touch a single cigarette for 3 whole years for that little ingrate. So what could possibly happen to her?" After old Wen put down the orange, he tilted his head back to look at Chen Wangqiu. He frowned and said, "Oh, so Zhu Yi can smoke." "But I can't? That's so unfair, Chen Wangqiu." "Unfair? You gonna divorce me over it?" "I'm in a good mood today. I'll let you smoke 2 cigarettes. Old Wen acted like he'd just received an imperial edict, stood up and trotted all the way to the balcony to smoke with his old friends. Actually, Chen Wangqiu called Xiaonuan. As long as she apologized, she could get the house key and move back home. But that ungrateful little brat didn't say a word and just hung up the phone. She obviously has someone backing her up now. Then why the hell should I worry? Chen Wangqiu went back to the mahjong table. I pushed the cart, wandering around the supermarket, wondering what to cook for dinner. In the end, I bought a section of pork intestine, some green beans and mushrooms. When I got back home, Xiaonan was already there. She specially bought herself a set of yellow cartoon pajamas with little bears. She was sitting on the couch holding chips and watching TV. I stood by the stairs. She put down the chips, looked up and yelled, "Yu Yi, I'm hungry." I took a deep breath and said softly, "You planning to stay long term?" Shodan nodded hard. "I can pay for food and rent, okay?" "Yu Yi, I got disowned." I called my mom. She didn't answer and even texted to scold me. Let me see the text. I deleted it. "Are you using this as an excuse to snoop on my phone?" "Fine, here you go, look. I'm going to the bathroom." Xiaonan clenched her fist and yelled her stomach hurt. I'm really on her blacklist. No reason given. Xiaonan just didn't want that woman to ruin her mood. If he's into foreign chicks, then I'm not going to bother with him anyway. While I was washing the vegetables, Xiaonan snuck into the kitchen, hands behind her back, staring curiously at the ingredients in the sink, mumbled softly, "All of these are my favorites. Aren't you scared I wouldn't come back today?" I didn't turn around, just kept washing the veggies and replied softly, "Don't you hate the smell in the kitchen? What are you sneaking in here for? I'm not a picky eater. Even if you didn't come back, I'd still eat all this. Hey, Shu Yi, you've changed." Sure enough, all men are fickle. It's only been a few days since the divorce, and you're already this cold to me. Don't forget I'm still your creditor, okay? Pay me back now. Oh, you're not a picky eater, huh? Then why didn't you buy crabs? Xiaonan always bought ready-to-eat crabs before. In the years after we got married, we only fought once. It was because Xiaonan bought crabs and asked me to cook them. I couldn't bring myself to do it, so I kept them in the fish tank. Then the next day, I saw Xiaonan throw those lively crabs one by one into the boiling pot. I had a scowl on my face the whole night after that. I didn't cook dinner, didn't wash the dishes or clean up the kitchen either. Xiaonan knew she said the wrong thing. I didn't take it to heart though. Turned around and walked out of the kitchen, just when Xiaonan thought I was going to go on strike again. I came back, holding a box of yogurt in my hand. Go sit on the couch and drink this. Don't bother me here. After the divorce, I don't have to be all respectful to Xiaonuan anymore. I don't have the instinct to suck up to women anyway. Everyone is equal. No one is better than anyone else, even if you're my creditor now. But Xiaonuan didn't leave. She didn't realize that when she said I changed, she had changed too. Maybe it's the relationship between us that changed. We're not husband and wife anymore. Pork intestine tastes better with more chili. Did you forget you almost died of pain in bed at 2 a.m. and spent half the night tossing around in the hospital? That was the second year after we got married. In winter, Xiaonan yelled that she wanted to eat boiled fish, the spiciest kind. Then she had to be rushed to the hospital in the middle of the night. The doctor diagnosed her with intestinal spasm. The antispasmodic shot didn't work. The IV drip didn't work either. In the end, there was no other way. I just kept making Xiaonan drink water. I stayed by her bed the whole night. Xiaonan was on the hospital bed, moaning and groaning the whole night because Xiaonan was disturbing other people's rest. I almost got into a fight with someone at the hospital. Xiaonan also remembered this incident. She used to think I did it out of obligation, but now she thinks it's kind of a sweet little memory. After all, it was just a contract marriage.